Greetings, mortals. Predators do not hate, and they do not forgive. They act. In the wild, in the water, or in the cages we build for them. When nature snaps, it snaps without warning. Tonight, we witness the moments when cameras continued rolling, even as teeth, claws, and raw instinct tore through the frame. These are the most violent animal attacks ever captured on film. Let us begin.
SeaWorld Orlando, 2010. A packed audience. The sun is shining. Children sit on the edge of their seats. Tilikum, a 12,000-pound male orca, circles the pool. Calm, trained, familiar. Dawn Branchot, a senior trainer, kneels at the pool's edge. She lies belly down, a position she's taken hundreds of times. Tilikum surfaces. He's still. Then, he grabs her. The attack is instant. The cameras are already rolling. Park systems. Tourist phones. The crowd falls silent. Dawn is pulled into the water violently. What happens next is chaos. Tilikum thrashes her with staggering force over and over. The water erupts in foam and spray. Other orcas panic in nearby tanks. Staff scream. Rescuers throw poles, nets. Nothing works. The pool darkens, clouded with blood. The footage captures the violence, the desperation, the helplessness. Minutes pass, then silence. It becomes one of the most infamous incidents in marine park history. The aftermath is equally haunting. Tilikum had a history. He'd been involved in 2 prior deaths. Yet here he was, still performing. The attack becomes central to the documentary Blackfish, igniting global outrage. SeaWorld's entire training protocol changes, but the footage remains unflinching, because when captivity turns violent, the camera doesn't look away. Australia's Northern Territory. A fisherman stands on the muddy bank, camera in hand. He's smiling, relaxed. "This is my spot," he says. "Been coming here for years." The river behind him is still. Birds chirp, insects buzz. Then, silence. The water explodes. A crocodile launches from the river like a missile. It clamps onto his leg and drags him sideways into the current. The camera shakes violently. His companion screams, "Get back!" The fisherman vanishes beneath the surface. Then, the roll. The death roll. A violent twisting blur of water, limbs, and foam. You hear the splash, the crack, the silence. Then, still water. The video cuts. The footage becomes one of the most watched croc attack clips online. Not because of gore, but because of how fast it happens. Experts review the clip. They estimate the crocodile had been stalking the men for several minutes, completely unseen. Rescuers later find remains downstream. Tattered clothing, bite marks. The video is now shown in safety briefings across the region. A reminder, in these waters, stillness is not peace. It's preparation. Remote Russia. Snow-covered forest. A solo hunter moves through the trees. A chest-mounted camera records every breath. He's tracking. Each footstep crunches. His breathing is slow. The forest is quiet. Too quiet. Then, a crack. He turns. A brown bear. Upright. Massive. 40 yards away. It charges. The hunter yells. The camera jostles. The bear slams into him with bone-crushing force. The next 30 seconds are chaos. Fur, snow, claws. The bear rips into his shoulder. The lens cracks. The audio picks up screaming. Roars. Bones breaking. The hunter begs. The footage goes black, but it doesn't stop recording. Just darkness and sound. Rescuers later recover the camera, still attached to his body. The footage spreads quickly. Forums, news, analysis. Experts confirm it's real. Brutal. One of the most graphic bear attack POVs ever recorded. The hunter didn't survive, but the lens captured everything, and it still circulates, frame by frame, scream by scream, because even in death, the camera kept filming. India. Early morning. A narrow strip of road winds through the dense jungle of a protected reserve. Mist curls across the asphalt. The trees press in from both sides. It's beautiful and dangerous. Two men ride along the road on a motorcycle. They aren't tourists, they're locals, dressed plainly, heading to work. It's a route they've taken dozens of times. A shortcut through forest. One wears a red shirt, the other a black backpack. They talk casually, unaware of what's watching. The forest seems quiet, but it's not. A network of CCTV cameras monitor the reserve. Some are hidden in the trees, others at road junctions. Their footage begins normal, just another day, until it isn't. From the left side of the screen, the jungle explodes. A full-grown Bengal tiger bursts out of the undergrowth at a dead sprint. No sound, no warning. The tiger covers 40 meters in less than 3 seconds. The impact is immediate. The tiger slams into the motorcycle from the side. The first man is thrown high into the air. He lands hard on the asphalt and rolls violently. The second man, closer to the tiger, is taken with it. Dashcam footage from a nearby safari jeep shows more. The tiger pins the second rider with its paws, sinks its teeth into his midsection, and drags him effortlessly off the road into the brush. The man doesn't scream, not audibly. It happens too fast. The first man, dazed and bleeding, stumbles to his feet. He runs, fast. The tiger does not chase him. It has what it came for. The jungle swallows them whole. When forest rangers arrive, the bike is still running. Its rear wheel spins slowly. Blood on the seat. The road is eerily quiet. The footage spreads within hours. Multiple angles, perfect clarity. The tiger is huge, easily 220 kilograms, and fast. Faster than anyone expects. What makes the video unforgettable is how sudden it is. No build-up. Just a burst of primal speed and violence. Experts analyze the attack. It wasn't a hunt. The tiger wasn't starving. It wasn't defending cubs. It was territorial. Reactive. This stretch of road cuts directly through its territory. Locals say they've seen the tiger before, heard it at night, but no one thought it would strike during daylight. The victim's remains are found 80 meters into the forest. His clothes are shredded. He died quickly. Rangers find drag marks, blood trails, and paw prints the size of dinner plates. Attempts are made to track the tiger, but it vanishes. Some say it was relocated. Others say it still roams the reserve. The road remains open, and drivers still pass through every day. Some slow down, most don't. The signs are still there. Do not stop. Beware of wildlife. Faded. Ignored. The tiger hasn't been seen since. But the footage lives on. Tourists watch it, locals study it. Wildlife professionals use it as a training tool. The video has become legend because it doesn't feel like a movie. It feels real because it is. One moment, two men riding, talking, laughing. The next, one gone forever. Nature didn't wait. It didn't warn. It just ran, and the cameras kept rolling. Chapter 5. The Baptism Crocodile Attack. Africa. A slow-moving river curves through the countryside. It's a place of peace until it isn't. The location remains debated. Some say Zimbabwe. Others insist it was Ethiopia. The truth is buried beneath conflicting reports. But one thing is certain. The footage is real. It's a church ceremony. The day is clear. Dozens of congregants gather at the riverbank. Gospel music plays from a portable speaker. Children laugh. Mothers fan themselves. It's a moment of joy. Faith. The pastor stands waist deep in the water, dressed in flowing white robes, his hands raised toward the sky. He begins to pray, his voice rich and resonant, echoing across the surface of the water. Several attendees film with smartphones. One angle is close, steady, and sharp. He continues the baptismal rite. He lowers one man briefly into the water, then lifts him again. Applause. Singing. Celebration. The next person steps forward. Then, movement. The surface ripples behind the pastor. Most don't notice, but one camera catches it. Subtle at first, then unmistakable. A crocodile, massive, glides beneath the surface, invisible to the people on shore. Then, it strikes. With impossible speed, it lunges upward, jaws wide. It clamps down on the pastor's torso and yanks him backward into the river. The screams begin immediately. Phones drop. One keeps recording, sideways, chaotic. The pastor's white robe vanishes into the water. Splashes, screaming, people shouting, "Croc! C-R-O-C!" Several rush forward, instinctive, desperate. Someone throws a stick. Another grabs a branch. But no one gets close. The water churns for a moment, then stills. He's gone. Just like that. The congregation is frozen. Some scream. Some cry. Others drop to their knees in prayer. It takes nearly 20 minutes for officials to arrive. Locals have already begun searching. Boats scan the river. Drones fly overhead. Divers comb the shallows. They find nothing. No body. Just torn pieces of cloth downstream. Experts later say the crocodile had likely been watching for some time, lurking beneath the surface. Camouflaged. Still, Nile crocodiles are apex predators, ambush specialists. They don't chase. They wait. And when they strike, it's explosive. The footage is reviewed, then leaked. It spreads fast. Viewers are stunned not by the violence, but by how fast it happened. There was no warning, no foreshadowing, just prayer, then death. Clips hit social media, then news sites. The video is banned on platforms, but it's already everywhere. It's analyzed by biologists. Shared in wildlife awareness training. It becomes required viewing for field researchers working near African river systems. Church members hold a vigil. They replay the footage during a memorial. Many see it as a divine test. Others as a sign. The river has not been used for baptism since, but no one forgets it. What makes the video unforgettable is its context. It isn't someone swimming in forbidden waters. It isn't a dare or a mistake. It's faith, ceremony, celebration. And even that wasn't enough. The camera saw it all. A moment of peace shattered by instinct. A ritual undone by nature. The last seconds on the video show splashing water. A distant scream. A phone lying in the grass. Then silence. The screen goes dark. But the memory never does. It remains, circulating in whispers, warnings, and pixels. Because what happened in that river wasn't just tragedy. It was a reminder that no place, not even sacred water, is safe from what waits beneath. Africa, late afternoon. The sun bleeds into the horizon. Shadows stretch long across the savanna. Dust hangs in the air. The bush is dry, the wind restless. A group of 3 men, a guide, a tourist, and a professional hunter, move slowly through the thick brush. The professional wears a GoPro strapped tightly to his chest. He's experienced, calm, focused. They're tracking a Cape buffalo, one that was wounded earlier by a misplaced shot. It didn't die. It ran. And now, it's hiding. Cape buffalo are notorious for what happens next. They don't flee. They wait. The guide whispers. He's close. The team proceeds in silence. The GoPro records every breath, every footstep crunching dry ground, every whispered signal. Then, a snap, a branch breaking. To the right. The hunter stops, lowers his rifle. A black shadow moves behind a bush. And then, it charges. Exploding from the thickets with a roar of dust and rage, the Cape buffalo barrels straight at the team. Massive. Horns down. No hesitation. The hunter lifts his rifle, too slow. The GoPro captures the impact in full detail. The buffalo slams into him with devastating force, lifting his body clear off the ground. A horn drives deep into his abdomen. Blood sprays. His scream is short, choked by the force of the blow. The footage turns chaotic. The camera flips. Dust. Shouts. Panic! The guide yells. The tourist stumbles. Everyone runs. Except the hunter. He's down. The GoPro continues recording. Through a cracked lens, you see him writhing in pain, gasping, clutching his side. His voice is faint. Help! I can't breathe. The buffalo circles but doesn't strike again. It retreats into the brush. Its job done. The others return cautiously. The guide applies pressure. A tourniquet. They stabilize him. A call for a chopper goes out. They manage to get him out alive. Barely. The footage spreads online within days. Experts call it one of the most graphic and instructive recordings of a Cape buffalo goring ever captured on camera. Cape buffalo are called Black Death in Africa for a reason. They are unpredictable, powerful, known to ambush hunters, known to circle back. This wasn't bad luck. It was expected behavior. The hunter survives after weeks in a trauma center. Internal bleeding, cracked ribs, torn organs, scars stretch across his abdomen. He later watches the footage himself. Says the scariest part wasn't the horn, but the silence just before it struck. The footage is shown in ranger schools. Safari briefings. It becomes required viewing in hunting safety courses. Because it's not Hollywood. It's not staged. It's a real moment where hesitation meets instinct. And instinct wins. You see his chest rise and fall, slow and uneven. You hear the sound of pain, and you understand what the name Black Death really means. One unfinished kill. One wrong step. That's all it takes. The final frame. Blood-stained dust. The horn. The hand reaching out. And the sound of a helicopter in the distance. He lived, but the lesson stayed. And the camera? It never flinched. Africa. Deep inside a game reserve, likely Kruger or somewhere in Zimbabwe. The savanna stretches wide. Golden grass sways. It's a perfect day for wildlife viewing. A group of tourists ride in a modified Land Cruiser. Open sides, no windows, no roof, cameras in hand. They're here to see lions, giraffes, maybe an elephant if they're lucky. They get more than luck. Footage from multiple angles begins with laughter. A tourist jokes. Someone zooms in on a distant herd. Then, movement. A lone elephant stands off to the side of the road. Massive. Male. His tusks are long, thick. His ears are spread. He's not relaxed. The guide sees him, but he doesn't back up. Doesn't warn the group. The elephant steps forward. Slow. Measured. He's just curious, a tourist says, off camera. Wrong. The elephant lowers his head and charges. The cameras don't miss it. One tourist drops their phone. Another screams. The footage captures the moment the elephant slams its tusks into the side of the vehicle. Metal groans. The Land Cruiser lifts. For a second, everything is weightless. Then, impact. The truck crashes sideways into the dirt. Tourists are thrown. One lands half under a seat. Another slams into the railing. Dust clouds everything. Then, another charge. The elephant bellows. A trumpet that drowns out all screams. It rams the flipped vehicle again. Once, twice. Then backs away, ears flared, watching, and walks off. The silence afterward is almost worse. Then come the groans, cries, blood, people coughing, crawling, bruised, shaken. Miraculously, all survive. Footage from distant jeeps captures it from other angles. The moment of impact, the flipping vehicle, the aftermath. It spreads quickly online. People are horrified and fascinated. The footage is dissected by wildlife experts. Theories form. The elephant wasn't rogue. It wasn't confused. It was triggered. Days before, that same elephant had encountered other safari trucks, honking, blocking his path. Tourists yelling. Elephants don't forget. They don't always forgive. This was a warning delivered with force. The guide later admits he misread the signs. Said he thought the elephant would turn. It didn't. Elephants give signals, ears wide, foot stomps, low grumbles. This one gave all of them, and when ignored, it acted. The tourists are interviewed on local news. They describe the fear, the sound of metal twisting, the eyes of the elephant staring down. One says, "I thought we were going to die." Another, "I'll never go on safari again." The vehicle was totaled, flattened on one side, blood on the seats, cameras destroyed. Except the footage. It survives, and it's everywhere. Wildlife rangers use it in training to show what ignoring behavior signs can lead to. It becomes one of the most viewed safari attack clips online. Not because of gore, but because of what it reveals. The size, the strength, the power of a creature that can flip a truck like a toy, and the arrogance of humans who think they're in control. The elephant was never caught. He vanished into the brush. No revenge, no capture, just silence. And the weight of a message delivered. The final shot from the surviving footage. The upturned vehicle, smoke rising. A single shoe lying in the grass. Then, a trumpet in the distance, and silence. The savannah is quiet again, but the camera didn't blink. It caught the moment when nature stopped being polite and flipped back.
Nature is not cruel. Cruelty requires intention. Predators act because they must. Every bite, every strike, every violent moment you witnessed tonight was older than humanity itself. The wilderness does not remember the fallen, but the camera does. Until next time, mortals.